delighted to be joined by former world cruiserweight champion and now top Sky pundit, Johnny Nelson. How you doing?
Good morning, Danny. You know what? Long time no see. Not spoken to you for ages.
Lockdown for too long.
Yeah.
Got a show, next one coming up. Well, as we talk now, the next one's actually tomorrow night, but this might go out after that. So the next one for our purposes is Sunday evening. Rare Sunday night boxing. I think everyone's quite happy about that. Return of Joshua Buatsi. It looks like it's going to be at an arena in Milton Keynes, which is going to be a bit of a difference from Fight Camp. And I guess
it is. I think it's got to be. Listen, they've got to take it round. We can't always have the luxury of Eddie Hearn's back garden, and the rest of the country have got to benefit from this. And even though the crowds can't be there, it's nice to know it's in your town at least. And listen, not everybody's making out of this. Yeah, you know, the promoters will lose money, the fighters will lose money, the fans lose the opportunity to see these things. But to take it around to places it hasn't been to before, the options there. Every promoter has to do it, and it's happening all over the world. And we're just keeping our sport on the tip of people's tongues, and we keep them involved, them interested, and giving the fighters fights they need.
I think everyone was very impressed with the spectacle of Fight Camp. Can you give us any insight into what we can expect now the show's moved somewhere else in terms of the production side?
I actually can't. Eddie Hearn said, you know, we'll put the fights on, and I've got something up my sleeve just to give everybody else a little bit of something special. When he said that about Fight Camp, we thought, what's it going to be? And it was bonfire night. it was like bonfire night between every fight. So he's proved he can put a smile on your face or give it a little bit of something special, and he'll be up to the praise as well as the criticism as well. So let's see what he gives the fans and gives people at home what they want.
How excited are you about the return of Joshua Buatsi, and how excited are you about his general development and getting closer now to a world title shot?
It's great, and I think for Joshua Buatsi, he's a talent. It's not a secret, and he's not near the finished article, but his development, how he's coming through, I see stardom written all over him. Of course, there's some domestic things that needs to be brushed up first, and that's what I'm talking about. The likes of Anthony Yard and people like that. He's got to sort this stuff out. And we've had it in the past where fighters have done it. Nigel Benn had to fight Marko Watson. You know, these guys had to clear the way and address things before they moved on and got the world-renowned respect. And that's what Joshua Buatsi is going to have to do as well. And so, regardless of what we think of his progression and his development, eventually he's going to need to cross a few T's and dot a few I's in regards to here on the home shores.
And projecting a bit further ahead, obviously October 31st, it was announced last week. It's finally over the line. Oleksandr Usyk against Dereck Chisora. Now, you're a legendary cruiserweight, but you also flirted with heavyweight on a number of occasions. This is Usyk's second fight at the weight, albeit the first real test at heavyweight. What's he going to find? Yeah. What are going to be the major differences for him?
When he lands the shot, it's not going to move or not. They're going to be affected as effective as they did when he was at cruiserweight. He's fast. His speed will benefit him massively. His movement will benefit him massively. But he's got to be fit, and you've got to be fit and proper behind it, because when you're up against the heavyweight, you'll hit them and hit them. You've got to hit him 5 times for every one when you were boxing at a cruiserweight. So that punch power, that weight is going to make a massive difference for him. And it's just how you negate it, and that's where you've got to depend on your boxing skill and your boxing talent. And if you have the skill and you have the talent, you'll probably be able to beat most heavyweights out there. If you're extra special, then you'll get to the very top. And the likes of Evander Holyfield, he had the skill and the power, and it worked out pretty well for him from jumping from light heavyweight, cruiserweight up to heavyweight.
And then even further ahead than that, around 3 weeks later, I think it's exactly 3 weeks later actually, Dillian Whyte goes back in with Alexander Povetkin just 91 days after his world was turned upside down by the evergreen Russian. What do you make of the quick turnaround, and B, what does Dillian need to change, if anything, this time around?
I think he needs a bit of wisdom in that corner in regards to, because he did everything right, prepared right, executed right, just maybe was a little fast off the mark in regards to closing that gap to jumping on Usyk, and therefore he gave Usyk a chance to get up close and do what he does best. So that's where the patience and the wisdom in the corner for somebody to say, right, steady yourself down, take your time yet, or jump on him now, or beat him up long. It's about tactics. And so training wise, I don't think he'll change anything because he was doing an excellent job up to the stoppage. And in regards to the turnaround, again, many people, they keep harping on about this, it's too soon to jump back in again. They said that about Anthony Joshua. And look what happened. If you're mentally strong enough and mentally sound and confident enough within yourself, and you really believe that you can right a wrong, which is a serious wrong, there's nothing wrong with jumping straight back in again. And God, I'm not a neurologist, so I can't tell you what the effect on the brain would be and how long you've got to be careful with those things. But any heavyweight that hits you in the head is going to hurt. But I do think it's not an issue if you're mentally strong and you've got mental belief. I think those mental scars won't make that much of a difference, and I think Anthony Joshua proved that. I'm quite sure if we go back in the history books, we'll get even more proof of that. So I think it's the people that are probably not as confident, or the naysayers are. They're the worriers. But I totally get it. And I don't have a problem with it at all.
You talked about more experience in the corner. Would you like to see the team add an extra voice in there, or is it more that they'll benefit from the experience of the first fight and they'll be more seasoned themselves for the second one?
Yeah, of course they'll benefit from the experience of the first fight. But again, I'm not saying dissect or explode your camp. What I'm saying is add some wisdom to your camp. Add a voice of reason, of experience, that somebody gets that knows you. Now, and I've said it before, and I'll say it again, I don't know what happened between Dillian and Mark Tibbs. I don't know. So if it's a personal thing, that's not my business. I understand that. I do think that if Mark was there, Mark would have known to steady the reins a bit. Steady the reins, keep him long. Not yet, Dill, not yet. Because he knew the nature of the beast. And that was it through his experience. That's my personal opinion. I could be wrong, but that's what I see from the outside looking in. This is what he needs. He needs somebody that has that old head on them to know when to jump, when to attack, when to be patient, when to pick, when to pop, when to beat someone up long. That's the difference between average and outstanding. That's the difference between luck and planning. And listen, you've got to go through experience to get wisdom. I'm quite sure going through this is something he'll not look at down the line. God willing, he gets through Povetkin in the next fight.
Now, a fighter that's always been close to your heart, same gym as you came up in, of course, is Kell Brook. It's looking very close now to him signing, or both of them signing on a dotted line for challenge to Terence Crawford, which looks on paper at this stage of Kell's career a big ask. What do you make of it, especially back down at 147?
I agree. It's a big ask. I get Kell's out in future Ventura again. I don't know what the situation is with Dominic, and I don't think Dominic's out there with him. And Dominic is probably, it's probably common knowledge that he seems to be the one that gets the best out of Kell. And again, so now if Dominic's not working with him in this, I do worry about it, because it's not just about getting fit. Again, it's about gamesmanship. It's about game plan, and again, so you've got to have a good eye in the corner to say this is how you want to play this. And even if he was still with Dominic in this fight, I would actually say that if we'd have discussed this fight 4 years ago, I said, yeah, let's have this. Yeah. Now I agree with you. I say it's a big ask, not an impossible task. Because I don't think Crawford's unbeatable, but it's a big ask.